Dear students, welcome back to my maths class. This is your Parmagal Narsimlu, your maths teacher. Today we are going to learn the axioms and postulates from Unit 3, that is the elements of geometry from your ninth class mathematics. Let us learn about the axioms. Axioms are also called as common notions. Let us see the definition of axiom. The statements which are self-evident or assumed to be true are called axioms or common notions. These are basic facts formed as a result of observation and intuition. They require no proof. The axioms are the foundation stones on which the structure of geometry is developed. Let us see the example. The whole is always greater than part. It is a self-evident fact and does not require any proof. This axiom gives us the definition of greater than. For example, if a quantity P is a part of another quantity C, then C can be written as C equals to P plus R, where C greater than P and R is some third quantity. Now let us see the Euclid's axioms one by one. The first one. Things which are equal to the same things are equal to one another. Now let us see the meaning of this axiom mathematically. Suppose let us take the things as x and y. X and y which are equal to the same things, that is z. So if x equals to z and y equals to z, then x equals to y. This is the first axiom of Euclid. Now let us see the second axiom. If equals are added to equals, the wholes are also equal. It means, now let us take the equals as A equals to B and C equals to D. Then A plus C is equals to B plus D. A plus C is equals to B plus D. Now let us see the third axiom. If equals are subtracted from equals, the remainders are also equal. It is quite opposite to second one. Here equals means A equals to B and C equals to D. Then A minus C is equals to B minus D. This is third axiom. Let us see the fourth one. Things which are coincide with one another are equals to one another. It means suppose let us take one line segment AB and PQ like this. If PQ keep on AB, it may coincide. If it coincides with one another, then AB equals to PQ. AB equals to PQ. Now let us see the fifth axiom. That is things which are double of the same things are equal to one another. Let us take the things as x and y, which equals to 2z. Y is also 2z. If x equals to 2z and y equals to 2z, then x equals to y. This is fifth axiom. Let us see the sixth axiom. That is, things which are of the same things are equal to one another. Which means, let us take things as x and y, which are equals to half of the same things. So z by 2, it is also z by 2. Then x equals to y. If x equals to z by 2 and y equals to z by 2, then x equals to y. Dear students, now we will discuss the important topic, that is postulates. Postulates are also assumptions which are self-evident truths, but Euclid used this term postulate for the assumptions made in geometry, whereas the term axiom or common notion was used throughout the mathematics, not particularly in geometry. This is the difference between postulate and axiom. Now let us see the Euclid's postulates one by one. Postulate 1. There is a unique line that passes through the given distinct points. In Euclid terms, to draw a straight line from any point to any point. Suppose let us take AB as two distinct points. A, B as two distinct points. Now I will draw a line through A and B like this. It is a line. Is there any possible to draw another straight line through A and B? No, it's not possible. So we can say that there is a unique line that passes through the given distinct points. Let us see the second postulate. A line segment can be extended on either side to form a line. In Euclid terms, a terminated line can be produced infinitely. Here, Euclid used the term terminated line for a line segment. Let us draw the line segment first. It is a line segment AB. If we extend it like this on both sides, we will get a line. This is Euclid's second postulate. Now let us see the third postulate. We can describe a circle with any center and radius. In Euclid terms, to describe a circle with any center and distance. For this, I'll take one radius and draw a circle like this. I'll take another radius and draw another circle, a big circle. I'll take another radius and draw a circle like this. These are the circles are drawn with a different radius, with different centers. Now let us see the Fourth postulate. All right angles are equal to one another. It means this is one right angle, this is also one right angle, this is a right angle, this is also right angle. These are all equal. Now let us see the fifth postulate, which is very important, that if a straight line falling on two straight lines makes the interior angles on the same side less than two right angles, if produced indefinitely, meet on that side on which are the angles less than two right angles. Let us see the diagram. These are two straight lines, L and M. This is another straight line falling on L and M. Call it as N. These are two interior angles 1 and 2. If angle 1 plus angle 2 less than 180 degrees, then the lines L and M will intersect each other at a point like this. If we extended L and M like this, they will intersect at a point, some P. This is a fifth postulate given by Euclid. Thank you.